Good evening. It is Tuesday. Pretty sure it's only Tuesday. Feels like later in the week. It's May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I had kind of a poor morning, afternoon. Feeling better now, but gonna dive into some feel-good Mass Effect 2. It's one of my favorite games. We wrapped up Mass Effect 1 last week, and my partner in crime and I started up a new file over the weekend. That was not streamed. Basically just did the prologue, the loss of the Normandy, and the Freedom's Progress. Freedom's Progress? The first two missions, anyway. And we just unlocked the Normandy 2, and basically can do anything we want, essentially. Oh, and we took a brief break to probe Uranus. Reasons. Oops. So we haven't done any of the sort of optional's the wrong word, but have not started any of the character recruitment missions yet. Probably be doing the first one of those now. Let me see if tab out. Okay, yep, you are in chat. Excellent. Our yeoman has nothing new for us. If you just do a quick test, if you could say something in 3, 2, 1, mark. That was a little delayed, but maybe it's just because I surprised you with the test. We'll give this a shot. If it gets too weird and whatever, let me know. Okay, cool. That makes sense. We cool. Nothing to see here. Oops. Alright, unlike the previous game, you only have to hit escape once to get out to where you're going. But I need to turn my headset down. So yeah, now that we've, with all the DLC, we've got quite a few missions to do here. We are going to start with recruiting the professor, because that's what they recommend. That's what I usually like to do first. The plot of this mission might hit a little close to home, for reasons that will soon become apparent. But this particular character is somewhat near and dear to my heart. Not necessarily my favorite character, but definitely up there. So, Omega is a station that was introduced, I believe, in the comics that came out during the run-up to Mass Effect 2. It's basically an entire space station that's Mos Eisley, or whatever crime-laden hive of scum and villainy you'd care to name. It's been a haven for criminals, terrorists, and malcontents for thousands of years. So it's like the dark side of the Citadel. At times, the station has been lain idle and abandoned for centuries, only to be reactivated by a new group of outlaws seeking a fresh start. There is no central government or unifying authority on Omega, and nobody can recall a time there ever was one. And yet, almost 8 million sentients live there. Although, I assume a lot of them are just kind of stuck there and not there by choice. There's actually 3 party members that'll be recruited here. One of them's a DLC that will just happen automatically, and then the next is the actual mission that we came here to do. The DLC party members are not quite as fleshed out as the regular ones. Not a lot of party choice here. one of Miranda's main skills is she boosts the effectiveness of the other members of your party, so she's almost always the correct choice for who to bring along anyway. Katana is the brand name. There were katanas in the last game as well. There was a particular manufacturer that all of their weapons were sort of Japanese words. There was Tsunami, Katana. I forget what the other ones were.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate. Now.
Oh, of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Aria wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Four Eyes here is a Batarian. That's the species that would have been introduced if we did the Bring Down the Sky DLC in the previous game. They've got a bad reputation. The DLC involved a terrorist squad of Batarians wanting to drop a small moon onto a colony that we then prevent.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Aria for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife, now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Mordin Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Archangel is the other party member that we can recruit here, but we're going after Dr. Solus first. I forget what we know about Archangel. I don't think it's much. Archangel. A mercenary commander with technical and strategic brilliance who's been attacking gang leaders here on Omega. That's what we know about him. Not a lot. But this is Zaid Masani. He's a DLC party member.
Please.
Shut it.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaid Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
My contacts told me we're picking up one man, not two.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive rates even.
Please. I didn't do it.
I said shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. He should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
What's gonna happen to him?
I'm gonna turn him in for the bounty. Don't much care what happens after that.
He's kind of a cross between the Mandalorian and Jane Cobb.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
Go ahead and get set up on the Normandy.
Right, I'll go make myself at home. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
What kind of arrangement?
Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns, runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya, and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
The Blue Suns are one of 3 major mercenary groups we will run into over and over again throughout this game.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes. I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
Quite the nightclub.
Come on, let me in. Ari's expecting me. Ugh.
Annoyed. If she were expecting you, you'd be inside.
Ari's expecting me.
Yes. Yes, we can do that. So I thought you were talking about me taking off my headset, or your headphones were bothering you or something. It took me a minute to parse exactly what you were asking for. I might have to step onto the Normandy to do this quick, but it'll be quick. I gotta refill my blood of my enemies real quick anyhow. Okay, armory is over here. Nope, can't do it there. We got to go up to our cabin. Good work, game. Or I'm forgetting there's another way to do this that I've forgotten. Let me look up real quick if there's a way to have a helmet equipped but just not display in cutscenes. Nope, you can't. That's dumb. But I can make do without it. It's a fairly minor stat thing. Lots of people are annoyed that you can't do that. Pow, pow, power wheel.
About the slums where Dr. Morden Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlight that may have information on him.
Come on,
Go
let
on
me
in.
in.
Ari's expecting you.
Ari's...
What are you looking at?
Maybe I should have talked to him.
Don't you have something better to do than pick fights with people you don't know?
No, just the ones who get in my face.
You see my gun. Do you really want to do this?
Fine. You're off the hook. For now. See you around.
I really didn't mean to pick a fight there, it just sort of happened. We were told to check in with Arya, so that's what we're doing.
That's close enough.
Say hi to Carrie Ann Moss.
Stand still.
One second, I have to take a junk call. My telepath, can I help you? Nope.
If you're looking for weapons, you're not doing a very good job. Can't be too careful with dead specters. That could be anyone wearing your face. I was told you're the person to talk to if I have questions.
They're clean.
Depends on the questions. You run Omega? I am Omega. But you need more. Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you're feeling dramatic. It doesn't matter. Omega has no titled ruler and only one rule. Don't fuck with Arya.
Aw, man, really? Ah. That is a great scene. I don't think the problem's on my end. Audio's still going out. All right, let me check. Yeah, no, audio's still good. Obviously you can't hear me talking either if you're getting no audio. I will send you a text. Oh, okay. I was gonna say OBS thinks audio is still going out, and it means you missed one of the better lines of this sequence, unfortunately. Did you at least see the subtitles? Okay. Because yeah, it's that scene I think would be worth reloading for. Anyway.
I like it. Easy to remember. If you forget, someone will remind you.
And then I toss your sorry ass out the nearest airlock.
So, what can I do for you? So you must know what's what on Omega. Everything that's worth knowing. I don't usually give it out freely. Information is power. Mundane things you can find yourself. Take a walk in a back alley or buy one of the mercs a drink. Better yet, talk to the entertainers. They give great tours. Just don't waste my time.
Let us now proceed to waste her time.
Got set up here. That's as privileged as information gets. I have many friends and enemies I keep at varying distances. I don't count you among either. We'll see how useful you prove. Short answer, mind your own damn business. One scan and we're straight to business. People are usually more concerned about who I am. Your death was downplayed, but hardly what I call a secret. I had to make sure it was really you. You could have been anyone, anything. Whatever you need will come out on its own. I'm curious, but Omega doesn't really care about you.
We could use info on Morden, Archangel. We're not necessarily dealing with right now, but if you want both, that's fine.
I'm looking for Morden Solus. Do you know where I can find him? The Salarian doctor? Last I heard, he was trying to help plague victims in the quarantine zone. I always liked Morden. He's as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you. What can you tell me about him? Used to be part of the Salarian Special Tasks Group. He's brilliant and dangerous. Just don't get him talking. He never shuts up. If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. No guarantee they'll let you in, of course. I'm trying to track down Archangel. You and half of Omega. You want him dead too? Why is everyone after him? He thinks he's fighting on the side of good. There is no good side to Omega. Everything he does pisses someone off. It's catching up to him. Just the kind of guy I'm looking for. Really? Well, aren't you interesting? You're gonna make some enemies teaming up with Archangel. That's assuming you can get to him. He's in a bit of trouble right now. What kind of trouble? The local merc groups have joined forces to take him down. They've got him cornered, but it sounds like they're having trouble finishing him off. They've started hiring anybody with a gun to help them.
Sounds like that might be our ticket in.
They're using a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I'm sure they'll sign you up. Which merc groups are after Archangel? Blue Suns, Eclipse, Blood Pack. They're Omega's major players. Unless they're at war, you'll never see them together. But one thing they hate more than each other is Archangel. What can you tell me about Archangel? Not as much as I'd like. He showed up here several months ago and started causing all sorts of problems. If you make your own laws, which everyone here does, he makes life difficult. He's reckless and idealistic. But he seems to know enough to stay clear of me. I appreciate the help. See if you still feel that way when the mercs realize you're here to help them. Sounds like I don't have much time to waste. You've got all the time in the world. Archangel? Not so much.
Technically, he has as much time as we need to give him. He will hold out until we decide to do that mission, essentially. No rush. Let's check how much cash I have on me. Yeah. Alright, we're going to pick up a couple of upgrades before we do this mission, because this one's actually one of the harder ones for how early it shows up.
Come on, let me in.
Elcor make great bouncers, by the way.
Hello there. Might interest you in some salvage tech? Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
I buy a lot of parts and equipment. Maybe we can make an arrangement.
Well, you seem like a decent person, but you can't breathe a word if it's a Harry.
Of course.
Then we have a deal. Maybe I'll at least sell something to you.
I have to go.
I'll
Please
talk to him
check
again in a
my
minute. I
kiosk to see what I have for
just
sale.
want to get all the discounts
Thank you.
first. Somehow I came around the other side of the thingy. Oh, here's those couplings we needed. Don't care about shotguns. Health might be handy. I'm just seeing what's available first before I buy anything.
You don't understand, or you don't want to?
Doesn't really matter.
No. Omega has worked this way for a very long time. No one's changing it now.
New allied Citadel defense unit have reached another impasse. The Asari Republics has ceded its share of defense responsibility to the Turian hierarchy. The Human Alliance maintains a majority.
I wouldn't recommend eating anything you bought on Omega.
The Shepard Memorial on Akuz is expected to open next year. Once the area
Tentatively excited. Welcome, human. What can I get for you?
What kinds of things do you sell here?
Friendly, salvaged parts. All kinds. Mostly legitimate. With pride, my prices are the lowest anywhere on the station. You won't find salvage cheaper than mine.
Somehow he's managing to smoke a cigar.
Courteously, have a fine day. Take a look at my kiosk if you want to buy anything.
vessels that rapidly retreated. The Council has pledged a full investigation.
We'll increase our toy ship collection a little bit later.
You get that fantastic new visor. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Harris.
I might have something here for humans. Not much.
I'm in the mood to spend some money, but I think I can find better stuff elsewhere.
You won't find a better selection anywhere. Unless you're willing to risk the black market.
I'd rather deal with you than give money to those thieves. You sure we can't make a deal?
Look, I can't compete with the black market. I have to make a profit. I'll do what I can. Don't tell anyone or I'll lose my shirt.
Since even Prime, an official surge
Okay, so not a ton of super useful stuff here. Let me go back and talk to that Quarian, because I think he can get me a discount at the other guy's shop.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
What brought a nice kid like you to Omega?
My pilgrimage. What money I had got stolen within a few days, so I decided to sell salvage parts. You can see how that turned out. Harrod's forcing me to sell high, and I can't even afford a ticket off this station.
Why does Harrod control your prices?
Harrod made me swear not to undercut it, no matter what. He was here first, so it's his right. But no one will buy from me when he's so much cheaper. I can't save enough money for a ticket off the station.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. There is a way to manipulate this conversation such that you get a discount at Harrod's as well.
I could go talk to Harrod for you. Get him to ease up.
I won't stop you. If you can convince him to lay off, then maybe I'll get off this station after all. His shop's up the ramp, near where Marsh sells his goods. Anything you can do will be much appreciated.
I have to go.
I
Please
may
check
come
my
back and
kiosk
pay
to
his
see what I
way
have
here
for
in a
sale.
minute, but
Thank you.
Why do I keep coming around the other side of the desk for some reason? Ah.
If you're that type of person, apply to Datan Manufacturing today.
Tentatively excited. Welcome, human. What can I get for you?
Tell me about your deal with the Quarian over there.
Suspicious. If I had made such a deal, I would certainly not be inclined to discuss it. Accusatory. I don't understand how it is any concern of yours.
What if you and I make a deal? You let him set his own prices, and I won't break your legs.
With barely contained terror, you drive a hard bargain, human.
I haven't even started.
Resignation. Very well. I will release the Quarian from his promise. Conciliatory. To show there is no ill will, I offer you a discount on my own wares.
Okay, that came out a lot more, like, creepy and violent than I intended it to. Is it worth getting the discount on both shops?
What kinds of things do you sell here?
Friendly, salvaged parts. All kinds. Mostly legitimate. With pride, my prices are the
Sad things to do.
Courteously, have a fine day. Take a look at my kiosk if you want to buy anything.
Well, it's a pretty significant discount, and it didn't affect our Paragon. It actually gave us Paragon points instead of Renegade points, so I'm okay with it if you are. I did save before I talked to him, but...
Stand away, human.
I was the, threatening to break somebody's legs. This little...
I heard you spoke to Harrod. Thank you so much. At this rate, I'll be off the station in no time.
You still want to pay this guy's, debts off? It's not that much. We have the money for it.
How much do you need to get off Omega?
I still need 1,000 credits to pay my way, but I couldn't let you do that.
1,000 credits is actually
my pilgrimage.
a laughably small amount to our current budgets.
Here you go. 1,000 credits. Get out of here.
Thank you. With this, I can finally continue on my pilgrimage. I'm going to buy my ticket right now. Thank you again.
Fortunately, we can still buy things from him.
Oh, what's this?
that should be enough shopping. We can move on with the actual mission we came here to do. I don't think you can actually buy anything over here at AMPS. Nope. Okay. Actual mission time.
End is not.
Complaining is pointless, human. There's a plague. Nobody gets in or out.
You can't keep me out. I live in there.
I'm doing you a favor, lady. If you go in, the guards will cut you down.
You can't do this. Everything I own is in that apartment.
I told you to get lost, lady. The plague has the whole zone quarantined. Nobody gets in.
I'm human, you ass. Humans can't get the plague. Now let me get my stuff out before looters get it.
This thing affects every other race out there. We're not taking chances. Nobody gets in until the plague has run its course.
The lighting on this station makes this Shepherd look a lot lighter skinned than I feel like she should.
So you're saying the slums are completely sealed off?
Finally, a human that can hear. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You can't keep me out. I'm gonna lose all my stuff.
I'm doing you a favor, human. Anybody in the quarantine zone will be dead from the plague or the gangs in a few weeks.
I didn't think Omega had any kind of law enforcement. Who gave the order to quarantine the slums?
Fresh off the transport, huh? Arya T'Loak calls the shots around here. She's got her little blue hands on every business in this district. And a plague is bad for business. She hired us to keep anyone from entering or leaving the quarantine zone.
There's a Solarian named Mordin Solus in the slums. I've got to get in there to find him.
The doctor? Yeah, crazy bastard opened a clinic in the district a few months ago. The Blue Suns weren't too happy when he moved in. I hear Mordin's trying to deal with the plague. I wish him luck, but the area is still locked down. Our orders are to wait until either the plague or the Blue Suns kill everyone. Then go in and clean up.
Any idea where I can find Mordin's clinic?
Not a clue. What do you care? The place is quarantined, remember?
Tell me more about this plague.
It starts out as a cough, then you start coughing blood. And, well, then I shoot you. It affects multiple species. Turians, Solarians, Krogan, you name it. Only humans are immune. And Vorcha, if you count them. An airborne disease that takes down multiple races. Can't let that spread. Hence the quarantine.
Who are the Blue Suns?
Mercenary gang that runs the district. At least they used to. The guys are mostly Turian. I heard the plague hit them pretty hard. Now the whole district is up for grabs. I hear the Vorcha are making a move. Plague can't hurt them. Immune to disease. Just one more reason you don't want to go in there.
Vorcha are sort of space goblins, kinda?
I didn't think diseases could cross species barriers. Turians and Solarians can't even eat the same food.
Right. Most people figure that it has to be synthetic. Somebody engineered it. And it either got loose, or they're testing it here. And seeing as how humans are immune to the plague and doing a fair bit of looting, a lot of people think humans made it.
Listen, you're stuck here till this quarantine's over. That could take weeks. What you really need is to get this problem solved right now. That's what I do. Solve problems. Let me in and I'll get this district straightened out.
You think you can fix this? Why not? Quarantine is more to keep infected people in anyway. I'll radio ahead, tell them you're coming in.
Wait, you're stopping me, but not them? You son of a bitch.
You don't have a grenade launcher, lady. Get lost.
Fortunately, humans are immune to the plague.
I forget what happens if you do this mission later and bring a non-human party member. Right now we don't have any, but we could. We might want to bring Zaid here instead of Jacob. Now we want Jacob. Okay, refined element 0. And a dead Blue Sun mercenary. And his diaries? Some kind of paperwork.
Don't shoot, they're cleared to come in.
Oh, it's the other side of the quarantine boundary. Thank you for not shooting me. In return, I will steal your medical supplies.
Okay. Good luck in there. The Blue Suns and Vorcha shooting anything that moves.
So we're gonna get into some fights. Right now, for example. Hit him with a black hole.
There! I got hostiles!
Yes!
On target! Guess they just left the dead in the streets.
Burning corpses. Must be trying to keep the plague from spreading.
Human. Should have guessed. Bad enough you infect us with this plague. Now you lack the decency to even wait until I die before you come to steal my possessions.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Get away from me, human. Your kind has done too much already. Your plague did this to me. Your feigned pity is the final insult.
I need to find Mordin Solus.
Humans looking for the human sympathizer. I hope the Vorcha burn Mordin and his clinic to the ground. I hope you... I hope... Damn it. Damn you.
Hey, stay with me. This won't cure the plague, but it might help a bit.
Oh, you helped me. Why?
It's what I do. I don't know if I can find a cure for this plague, but I'm gonna try.
Your words sound sincere. Maybe it's the fever. But as you said, what have I to lose? What do you wish to know?
Why are you so convinced humans are behind this outbreak?
The plague is too potent to be a naturally occurring virus. Airborne transmission across numerous species, near perfect mortality rate. It had to be created in a lab. And since humans are the only species not affected, there is only one logical conclusion.
talking about Vorcha earlier.
Before the quarantine, the Blue Suns controlled this district. But as their numbers fell to the plague, Vorcha moved in. The Blue Suns are fighting to protect their territory. But as the plague spreads, it's only a matter of time until the Vorcha overwhelm them.
Aren't the Vorcha immune to the plague? What if they spread the virus so they could take over the district?
Vorcha are immune to disease. A human-created plague wouldn't affect them. But if the Vorcha created the plague, why wouldn't it affect humans? Besides, the Vorcha aren't smart enough to make a virus like this. They're scavengers. Sorry, human. You may not want to believe it, but all the evidence points to your species.
Man, my species sucks.
I need to find Mordin Solus.
He has a clinic on the far side of the district. He's taking in refugees, offering to help those infected with the plague. I was afraid to go to him before. He is dangerous, but perhaps he can help.
What makes Mordin worse than dying from the plague?
The Blue Suns tried to press him for protection money. He killed them, stunned them with some kind of toxin, then gunned them down. He's not just a doctor. Doctors don't execute people and display the bodies as a warning.
Maybe you shouldn't try to shake down a free clinic.
When I find Mordin, I'll tell him about you. If he has a cure, I'll make sure someone gets it to you.
Thank you. My time is running short, but at least you have given me a flicker of hope to brighten the darkness of my final hours. I don't want to die. Whatever Mordin is, I will risk it if he can reach me.
I should go.
Goodbye, human.
Now it gives me the tutorial for this minigame. Cats are starting to get insistent. I might have to give them a snack before too much longer.
Looks like he tried to claw his way out. No one wants to die trapped like an animal.
Do you want the full sad story of this apartment? Okay. I mean, it's... as I recall, it's kind of what you think. Guy gets sick, thinks it isn't so bad, gets sealed in because of quarantine. Sickness gets worse, he dies of sickness. There's some side routes. I'm trying to make sure I find all the little bits and pieces of various rewards. I think this is a dead end. Oh, my gun doesn't think it's a dead end. Maybe we'll not go that way yet. Oh, I see what happened. I got turned around. Okay. There's the victim we were talking to. That's back the way that we came. Okay. I am around turned now. This is another similar sad story. There are other side missions where playing the optional logs are more informative flavor. This one is just, it's as bad as you think it is.
They've seen us.
Target down!
When in doubt, throw a tiny black hole at them.
I need cover!
Have a nice trip!
And there's something called tech combos in this game, where if you hit them with a crowd control spell like Black Hole or Lift, and then another spell to sort of trigger it, it does a bunch of damage in the surrounding area. Oh, that guy's HP was so low, I can just finish him off with the machine pistol. Hi, Leroy. I have a Leroy. Leroy wants food. There is more to the mission after we get to the clinic, so when I get to the clinic, I'm gonna take a quick break to feed the cats. Assuming I don't get completely lost.
You're human.
When we saw that door open, we thought those Turians had found us. Ever since this plague started, the Blue Suns have been out to get us. They're killing as many people as the disease.
Why are the Blue Suns hunting you?
We didn't do anything. Pretty much every non-human in the district wants us dead.
They think we caused the plague. Humans aren't getting sick, and that's all the evidence they need. God knows how many of us they've already killed.
They should be looking at the Vorcha, not us. Ever since the plague hit, they've been taking over Blue Sun's territory.
You said the Vorcha moved in just after the plague hit?
Right after the district was quarantined. Vorcha are immune to diseases, so they're not getting sick.
Not sure where they came from. Never saw many Vorcha around before. Sure seemed like they were ready for this.
Only nobody thinks the Vorcha are smart enough to create a virus like this. The Blue Suns need someone else to blame. Like us.
You said the Vorcha were taking over Blue Sun's territory?
Trying to. The Blue Suns don't go down easy. The plague softened them up, but they still have enough firepower to hold some of their turf. The Turians are getting pushed back. The deeper you go into the district, the more Vorcha you'll see. Unless they see you first.
What else can you tell me about the plague? When did it start?
The first cases cropped up about 2 weeks ago. Nobody paid much attention until it started to spread. Usually takes about a week to kill you, but it spreads fast. 3 days after the first outbreak, there were over 50 known cases.
That's when everyone noticed humans weren't getting sick. Then the quarantine came down and everything went to hell.
Any idea how the victims contracted it?
Not sure. Probably airborne. Even after the Blue Suns started sealing victims up inside their own apartments, the plague kept spreading. Now they just gun victims down and burn the bodies in the streets. Doesn't seem to be helping, though. People are dying by the dozens.
Tell me more about the Blue Suns.
They're a mercenary gang, mostly Turian. Used to run this district. Kept things nice and stable for the most part.
As long as you paid your monthly protection fees, everything was cool. Rates were pretty reasonable. For Omega, at least.
Then this damn plague hit. Everyone started dying. The Vorcha started moving in. The Blue Suns lost control and the whole district turned into a war zone.
I need to find Mordin Solus.
Oh yeah, him. He's got a clinic on the other side of the district.
Heard he's taking in refugees now. Trying to help plague victims. Offering protection from the Suns and the Vorcha.
Sure. A doctor with military-grade mechs helping people for free. On Omega, grow up.
Sounds like you don't think much of the doctor in his clinic.
The Vorcha tried to muscle in. He gunned them down. Just like that. Pop, pop, pop. Didn't even use his mechs.
Then the Blue Suns heard he was sheltering humans and they went to burn down the clinic. He killed them too. Then he went inside and got back to work. He's cold. Must be Solarian Special Forces or something.
You can't stay trapped in this apartment. If you get to Mordin's, you might at least survive until the quarantine ends.
Are you nuts? We'd never make it. The streets are crawling with Blue Suns and Vorcha. We don't even have pistols.
Besides, I'm not risking my life on a rumor that some Solarian might offer me sanctuary.
Sanctuary!
I know you're scared, but your only hope is to get to Mordin's clinic. I'm gonna be under fire from the Blue Suns and the Vorcha, so I can't take you with me. But I promise you this. I'll do what I can to leave a safe path for you to follow me. It's risky, but I think it's your only chance.
Okay, you're right. We'll never make it if we stay here. We have to try. We'll wait here for a while and give you time to clear the way. Then we'll head for Mordin's clinic, if we're lucky. Maybe we'll meet you there.
Now, just ignore me while I ransack your safe. Wasn't even locked. Yes, I've been putting basically all of my skill points into the thing that boosts Paragonness because those options are just more interesting. Oops, wrong button.
You got it! We can use this.
That doesn't sound promising.
Enemies in front.
Yeah, we just wandered into a full-fledged game war. That's fun.
Have a nice trip!
Found that one.
One of the interesting things about the enemies that have flamethrowers, they have a tank strapped to their back, and if you're accurate enough and shoot the tank a couple of times, it will explode.
Gravity's what me, Mother Hunter.
You could also use a spell to which we don't currently have access called Incinerate that will just ignite the tank automatically. Oops, that's my rocket launcher. Great. They have a rocket launcher. Never wants to be near a charging Krogan. So we give him a black eye instead.
Watch out! Krogan charging!
Krogan is slightly confused by small pillar. You know, you're up here. How'd you get up here?
Shields are down.
Heads up!
Have given up a lot of turf. That doesn't bode well for them.
Hey, back off. We got here first.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Looter. Not that what I'm doing is anything different.
Hey, what did I say? We found this stuff. It's ours.
Ah, forget it. Nothing but junk in here. This place is worse than the last one.
What are you doing in this apartment? Did you kill that Turian?
What, the guy on the floor? Nah, the plague took care of him. We're just here to take a full accounting of all his worldly possessions.
Yeah, you're not the first person. I'm not the first person to make that observation of this particular conversation. I mean, standard RPG protagonist rules is to take anything that's not nailed down. But
Stealing from the dead. That's pretty low.
What's the big deal? It's not like they're gonna miss anything. We're just showing a little entrepreneurial spirit. The plague doesn't affect humans, so we might as well cash in.
Besides, if we don't take this stuff, the Vorcha or Blue Suns will. Better us than them, right?
Do you know a Solarian named Morden Solus?
Yeah, I know him. Got a clinic right around the corner. Take plenty of ammo if you go that way. It's crawling with Blue Suns and Vorcha.
Do we want the looter's perspective on everything as well? Alright.
What else can you tell me about the plague?
I don't know. Started about a week ago, I think. Aliens started dying off left and right, and they quarantined the district.
Figured we had to look out for ourselves. Started scoping out some apartments, taking what we could carry.
Never really found much. Kind of a poor neighborhood, you know?
What do you know about the Vorcha?
The Blue Suns used to keep them down. But with all the Suns getting sick, the Vorcha are making a push to take over the district. Don't know who's gonna come out on top. We just want to stay there.
Sorry about that.
Tell me everything you know about Morden Solus.
That guy is crazy. He'll patch up a gunshot wound for free, then kick your ass and throw you out when you try to grab a few painkillers.
Be honest, man. You kind of had that coming.
No way he's just a doctor. No doctor puts down a Blue Sun squad like that.
All I know is if you go to his clinic, don't cause any trouble.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a other kind of doctor.
The Blue Suns control this district, right?
Well, they used to, before the plague wiped half of them out. Seems like it won't be long until the Vorcha finish them off. Yeah, I'm kind of sorry to see them go. Blue Suns ran a tight ship, kept the district in line for the most part.
We need to get going.
Well, stay here for a while. Get some rest.
We got a big day tomorrow. Still plenty of apartments that need our special cleaning services.
Oh, hey, a sign that says clinic.
No funny business once you're in the clinic, unless you want to deal with those mechs.
I've dealt with that type of mech many times before already, but that's okay.
Good call. Morden's around here somewhere. Go talk to him. We need all the help we can get.
Morden saved my life. I owe him everything.
Professor, we're running low on Suboxone.
Use melanorin. Plenty on hand. Almost as good. Causes cramping of Batarians. Supplement with butemerol.
Melanorin and butemerol. Got it.
Senesine is the catalyst. Bonds to genetic markers. Hard to find. Expensive to mass produce. Why not Heblacor? Too unstable. Inconsistent results. Demazane better option. No. Demazane toxic to humans. Not an option. Not an option.
This is Moradin, or Morden.
Professor Morden Solus?
Don't recognize you from area. Too well armed to be refugees. No mercenary uniform. Quarantine still in effect. Here for something else? Vorcha? Crew to clean them out? Unlikely. Vorcha a symptom, not a cause. The plague. Investigating possible use as bioweapon. No. Too many guns, not enough data, equipment. Soldiers, not scientists. Yes. Hired guns, maybe.
Relax, Morden. I'm Commander Shepard, and I came here to find you. I'm on a critical mission, and I need your help.
Mission? What mission? No. Too busy. Clinic understaffed. Plague spreading too fast. Who sent you?
He doesn't believe in subjects for his sentences. No, not subjects. He doesn't believe in grammar. Quite the same way that the rest of us do.
It's a covert and privately funded human group.
Related to plague. Doesn't affect humans. Human-centric interest. Few human groups would know me. Equipment suggests military origin. Not Alliance standard. Spectres. Not human. Terra firma, too unstable. Only one option. Cerberus sent you. Unexpected.
He's not exactly stupid. I mean, he did work for the Solarian, like, CIA for I don't know how many years.
You're very well informed. How did a Solarian scientist hear about Cerberus?
Crossed paths on occasion. Thought they only worked with humans. Why request Solarian aid?
The Collectors are kidnapping entire human populations. We're gonna find out why and stop them.
Collectors? Interesting. Plague hitting these slums is engineered. Collectors one of few groups with technology to design it. Our goals may be similar. But must stop plague first. Already have a cure. Need to distribute it at Environmental Control Center. Vorcha guarding it. Need to kill them.
Why can't anything be simple?
I'll get in and deal with the Vorcha.
What the hell was that?
Vorcha have shut down environmental systems. Trying to kill everyone. Need to get power back on before District suffocates. Here, take Plague Cure. Also, bonus in good faith, weapon from dead Blue Sun's mercs. May come in handy against Vorcha. One more thing. Daniel, one of my assistants, went into Vorcha territory looking for victims. Hasn't come back.
If I see him, I'll do what I can to help.
Thank you. Told him not to go. But he's smart. Bright future. I hope.
I found a Batarian plague victim near the entrance to the neighborhood. Can you send someone to help him?
Risky. Blue Sun's Vorcha still battling. District not secure. See what I can do.
Oh, okay. I was looking for an option that started with ALL. No, you just want me to go through all of them, which is totally fine.
What can you tell me about this plague?
Advanced design. Suspected collectors before you mentioned them. Purpose seems experimental. Destroys respiratory systems with harmful genetic mutations. Makes sense to avoid humans. Unnecessary to force mutation on human genetic structure for sake of variants.
Unnecessary mutations? What are you talking about?
Possible goal of virus. Testing viable mutation levels in various species. Horrific, but feasible for collectors. Humans known to have diverse genetic background, wider range than other sapient races. Makes sense as control group.
I like how that sort of also explains why all aliens of a particular species look similar, supposedly, in this universe, because they have less phenotypic variants.
What do you know about the Vorcha?
Cowardly, opportunistic scavengers. Not tactical or aggressive. Scale of attack unusual for them. Suspect Vorcha working for collectors. Distributing plague, collecting data. No proof, but theory fits evidence.
Any idea where I can find Daniel?
No. Heard infected Batarians trapped behind Vorcha lines. Daniel went to help. Warned him not to go. Too dangerous. Patients here need him. Snuck out anyway. Wanted to find him myself. Can't leave the clinic. Have to look after the patients.
Have you had any trouble at the clinic?
Nothing major. Blue Suns came for humans, made threats, killed them before things escalated.
For a doctor, you're awfully calm about taking out a group of mercs.
Wasn't always a doctor. Some work with Solarian Special Tasks Group. Can handle myself. Advantage of being Solarian. Turians, Krogan, Vorcha, all obvious threats. Never see me coming.
Let's head for the environmental plant.
Yes.
Your line got cut off there, Morden. That was weird. give me a moment to loot the entire free clinic.
This should come in handy.
And then back out to the lobby to load up on new gear. Okay, so this is a good place for a break or a stopping point, because we have been at this for about an hour and 15 minutes. It's a little past the midway point for this mission, but there's still a decent chunk left to do. So I guess I don't know how you're feeling, whether you want to just stop here or just take a brief break so that I can feed the cats and take care of a couple other things. Okay. I will be back in just a minute here. Minute or three. Okay, I'm back. In the past, I have taken a death or two in this next section just because there's some tricky, crowded bits, but I will try to be a bit more liberal with my heavy weapons and not run into that problem anymore. Can't walk through the decon field.
On our way here, we saw humans looting the apartments of the dead. It made me sick.
This will put them down. Enemy down. Night, night.
Krogan incoming! Get over here!
There we go.
Okay. That's one set piece down.
There we go.
Overload just makes the pyros just explode.
I've got him!
Got who? Oh, there's more. Combat mechanics in this game just take a huge step forward in terms of feeling actually tactical and interesting. And much more useful.
telling you the truth. I work for Morden at the clinic. I came here to help you.
We know you're spreading the plague virus. We saw the vials in your bag.
No, those vials contain the cure. Please, you have to believe me.
Maybe we should cut off your fingers. That should go. Don't move. One more step and we'll kill your friend.
I know you're scared of the Vorcha, of the plague, but this man isn't to blame. If he was spreading the virus, why would he come into Vorcha territory? They're immune.
She's right. Doesn't make any sense. If we release the prisoner, we can go.
You have my word on it.
Let him go. You got what you wanted, human. Are we free to go?
We had a deal.
Human nobility. I didn't know such a thing existed.
Thank you. I thought they were gonna kill me. Did Morden send you to find me?
The professor could use your help right now. He's got too many patients and not enough volunteers.
Yeah, okay. I'll go right away. Thanks again. I owe you... well, everything.
Just checking out what the sort of game set decorators decided to put in place, something like that. A little kitchenette. At least they didn't have the weird serving trays that the other place had. Yeah, I think there was a coffee maker.
Come on over.
Here's where it really starts getting rough. Rockets are a lot harder to dodge in this game.
Charge him up!
Admittedly, not that much harder, but harder. And battles take place at a large enough distance that specializing into sniper rifles actually makes sense, unlike the previous game where everything was happening like in these tiny little warehouse locations.
Then we'll put them down here.
Unfortunately, I am not specialized in this.
Have a nice trip.
Excuse me, Jacob.
I've got him. Stun him. Headshot. Hostile.
Silas is being very insistent on my lap at the moment.
Here we go.
Thankfully, shields feel like they recharge a lot faster in this game than in the previous one. And health gets healed in. Presumably as a result of Shepard's cybernetic enhancements when she was brought back from the dead.
Close to the environmental controls. Let's get that cure in, then hit the fans.
Well, something's gonna hit the fans.
You don't come here. We shut down machines, break fans. Everyone choke and die. Then collectors make us strong.
What do the collectors want?
Collectors want plague. You work for Doctor. Turn on machines. Put cure in air. We kill you first. Ah.
Heavy weapons, watch yourself.
Here goes.
Got him. Have a nice trip. Target down.
The central control system is in an alcove in the center of the back wall. You can inject the cure and reinitialize the systems there.
Cure's locked in. Once we get the fans going, we should be good.
It's never that easy.
Gun!
Located the fan controls. There are two, one on either side of the room you're in now.
Have a nice trip.
I don't know why I always go down this side first, but I always go down this side first.
Here we go. Enemy down.
One down, one to go. Let's move.
Now let's finish you off.
Something fast! Coming our way!
Okay, that's all the ones that snuck behind me. It's this section where you're dealing with charging Krogans and Vorcha with flamethrowers while dodging a constant barrage of rockets. It's a little tricky.
There we go!
Gravity's one easy brother, huh?
My shields are down. I got one.
Charge!
Okay.
Both bands are up. That should be it.
And thankfully we don't have to fight our way back out.
Environmental systems engaged. Airborne viral levels dropping. Patients improving. Vorcha retreating. Well done, Shepard. Thank you.
And thank you from me as well. Those Batarians would have killed me. For a second there, I thought you were going to shoot them even after they let me go.
I made a promise to spare them if they let you go. I honor my promises.
Merciful of you. Risky. Would have killed them myself.
Professor, how can you say that? You're a doctor. You believe in helping people.
Lots of ways to help people. Sometimes heal patients, sometimes execute dangerous people. Either way helps. Go check on the patients. Lots of work to do. Think about what I said. Good kid, bit naive. He'll learn. Letting him take over the clinic. Should be able to handle it now that Vorcha are gone.
We've cured the plague. Are you ready to help stop the collectors?
Yes. Unexpected to be working with Cerberus. Many surprises. Just need to finish up here at the clinic. Won't take long. Meet you at your ship. Looking forward to it.
We're heading out. See you on the Normandy.
Looks like I missed a little bit of money, but that's fine. I got all the tech, and that's the important thing.
Welcome to the Normandy, Professor. It's an honor to have you on board.
Yes, very exciting. Cerberus working with aliens. Unexpected. Elusive man branching out, maybe? Not so human-centric.
You're very well informed.
Solarian government well-connected espionage experts had top-level clearance once, retired now. Still, hear things. Informed of name only, no knowledge of man behind it. Anti-alien reputation listed as problematic.
The Collectors have been abducting colonists from the fringes of the Terminus systems. No distress signals are sent out, no signs of attack.
There's virtually no evidence that anything unusual happened at all. Except that every man, woman, and child is gone.
Gas, maybe? No, spreads too slow. Airborne virus.
You don't have to sit there and guess. We collected samples from one of the colonies. I'd like you to analyze them and figure out how the Collectors did this.
Yes, of course. Analyze the samples. We're going to need a lab.
There is a fully equipped lab on the combat deck, Professor Solis. If you find anything lacking, please place a requisition order.
Who's that? Pilot? No. Synthesized voice. Simulated emotional inflections. Could it be? No. Maybe. Have to ask. Is that an AI?
Maybe.
This ship is equipped with an artificial intelligence.
An AI on board. Non-human crew members. Cerberus more desperate than I thought.
The Collectors have taken tens of thousands of colonists. We'll do whatever we have to do to find and stop them.
Yes, of course. Can't risk being captured like colonists. Need to identify, neutralize technology. Need samples. Which way to the lab?
Follow me, Professor.
Tech lab now open.
Shepard, how can I help?
Oh, we need to do this.
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the Collectors?
Ideas, yes. Expensive, but possibly valuable. Can show you.
Every party member who joins will bring with some particular technical thing that you can research, and you need to remember to talk to each person to get that, with the exception of the 2 DLC characters.
Let me know if upgrades seem feasible. Can install them whenever you like.
Okay, now back to this.
Is the lab working well for you?
Quite satisfactory. Found a few surveillance bugs. Destroyed most of them. Returned expensive one to Miranda. Nothing unexpected. Just need more samples. More collector data, tissue samples, anything you can get, I can use. Find new tech.
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Of course. Plague on Omega dealt with. Plenty of time to analyze collector intelligence. Impressive laboratory setup. Missed working for operations with a budget. AI in particular. Very helpful. Best setup I've seen since work with Special Tasks Group.
Is your assistant Daniel settling in all right?
Quite well. Safe and secure. Neighborhood mostly quiet with Plague gone. Left him the security mechs just in case. Can't be too careful. Also tired of mechs. Noisy. Never used them in STG.
Okay, yeah, these investigate options are different to the ones. These are new. Sort of tiered.
Tell me more about the Solarian Special Tasks Group.
Respected organization. Clandestine. Handles difficult assignments with limited oversight. Recon, analysis, occasional wet work. Identify problems, have neutralization options ready should need arise. Model for Council Spectres based on Special Tasks Group. Very similar.
Similar in what way?
Solarians lack numbers, brute strength, military prowess, have to rely upon stealth, intelligence. Agents trusted, given wide operative freedom. Spectres similar, given goal, told to accomplish. Better, funded, of course. Didn't have to buy our own weapons.
Minor dig at the first game, that.
It must have been frustrating working on Omega with such a limited facility.
No, loved it. Limited facility presents challenge. Save greatest number of people using limited resources. Security threats, gangs, mercenary groups add additional difficulty. Quite enjoyable. Plague stretched abilities to limit. Couldn't have asked for more. Also, enjoy. Saving people, of course. Helping the helpless, greater good, all that too. Nice. Retirement after SDG work complete.
You said you were in the Special Tasks Group. What kind of research were you doing?
Not simply research. Several recon missions. Covert, high risk, served under a young captain named Kirihi. Studied Krogan genophage, took water, tissue samples from Krogan colonies.
We did meet Kirihi. He was the leader of the Solarians on Vermeer. He gave the impressive speech.
I worked with an STG captain named Kirihi. His team helped me destroy Saren's cloning facility on Vermeer.
Heard he was part of that. Jury-rigged explosive. Always got job done with limited resources. Good captain. Bit of a cloaca, though. Loved his speeches. Hold the line. Personally prefer to get job done and go home. Probably military bravado, jargon, chest pounding. No offense.
Told you I like the writing in this game. Yep, these are new too.
Why would STG study the genophage?
Krogan rebellion's bloody, dangerous, nearly as bad as Rachni attacks. All species evolve, adapt, mutate. If genophage weakens, need to be prepared.
What was the STG preparing to do?
Military schematics for likely Krogan population growth, political scenarios for attack points. Genophage reduced Krogan numbers. Species aggression unchecked, population explosion would be disastrous. STG helped check Krogan rebellions, needed to be ready to do the same. Simple recon, nothing to worry about.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Bioweapon designed by Solarian science team, deployed by Turians against Krogans to end Krogan rebellions more than 1,000 years ago. Affects every cell of Krogan body. Commonly and incorrectly considered a sterility plague. Actually adjusts viable fertility rates to compensate for high Krogan birth rate. Stabilizes to pre-industrial population growth levels.
I think that's about everything. We will get more talk about the genophage stuff later.
Nice talking with you, Mordin.
Should get back to work. Need to study. So much data. Here if you need me.
Let's see. So we have some kind of light microscope. Lots of computers. Isolation chamber that doesn't look super effective, but what do I know? Keep this area clean. Sorry, I'm trying to stand still and get a good angle on it. It's an OM8, apparently. I can't... It's an awfully bulky stage. I can't tell much about it. Oh, there's another one over there. I think it's the same deal, though. I can't zoom in, unfortunately. It's some kind of robot arm. Oh, cool. Mordin will get 10% tech, 20% tech power damage. Let's do that. Oh yeah. I understood that reference eventually.
Mordin's psych profile warned of hyper behavior, but he is like a hamster on coffee. He's going to be a very productive member of the team. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Thank you.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Ah, yes, I was going to tell you about this, but yes. I've done further, this is from the doctor, I've done further investigation regarding your facial scarring, and the old adage of mind over matter holds true. Negative attitudes and aggressive acts create adverse reactions with your cybernetic implants, while peaceful thoughts and compassionate actions promote healing. If you maintain a positive outlook, I believe your facial scarring will heal on its own. Otherwise, there is surgical equipment we could use to insulate your cybernetic implants and accelerate your healing regardless of your mental outlook. I've updated plans for the medical equipment to your research terminal in the tech lab. So basically this is them wanting to do the like light side, dark side affecting your appearance thing that they did in the Star Wars games, but with her scars instead. So as we accrue Paragon points, the scars will eventually heal themselves and go away. You might have actually noticed they're not as bad as they were at the start of the game. Whereas if we were going Renegade, they would get a lot worse unless you paid resources for the surgical repair if you wanted to go that route instead. Interestingly, there is no way to be a Paragon and have scars. You can either be a Paragon without scars, or be a Renegade with or without scars. But they did that in Knights of the Old Republic, where if you went dark side, you'd get all grody like Palpatine did. At any rate, I think this is a good time to stop. We've been at this for almost 2 hours. But that was fun. Looking forward to continuing this project. For now, I'm going to have a small snack and go to bed. Hopefully sleep better than I did the previous night. So, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.